What's up, guys? It's Jish, and today I'm going to be showing some gameplay again, and it's not going to be bedwars, actually. I thought I was going to go play bedwars, and I was like, I don't want to play bedwars when I'm just going to be making a video, so I played the pit for a bit instead. So if you don't know, the pit is like it's PvP, and then you know it's free for all PvP. I don't know how else I can explain it to you. It's free for all PvP. Um, so yeah, you're gonna see me just kind of run around and try to PvP people. I'm literally just running around aimlessly attacking people. Because I did try to talk while making the video, and then again, for the third time, I made the decision. Okay, I'm just gonna do a voiceover. It's easier. I can talk more calmly. I need to. Well, I mean, I kind of like talking while I'm playing video games, in general. So I just kind of do that to remind myself what to talk about during the video. So yeah, I guess there's a couple things I want to talk about in this video. Um, one of which is not really serious, but kind of like a real annoyance. The other one's just kind of a funny, and not kind of a funny thing. So I'll start with a good thing first. So I really like in the Mario 64 stuff that's been oh okay Mario 64 stuff that's been like popping up recently, like after the leaks for I don't know what the timeline is for this necessarily, but there were a bunch of leaks that Luigi was actually found in a beta build of the game, and what's crazy about that to me is they found it 24 years and 1 month after the game came out. So I mean, in a sense, L is real 2401. Yeah, I know. But someone pointed that out to me, specifically that right there. I was like, oh, that's kind of cool, funny coincidence or not. But yeah, it's pretty cool. But I like the Iceberg creepypasta or whatever that emerged from it. I was moving my chair. I'm sorry about that. I like the I like the Iceberg, the Mario 64 Iceberg. I think it's a cool idea for like the next era of like creepy pastas and creepy stories and stuff. Cause it feels like a lot more real than like a regular creepy pasta. Um, because the way it's laid out, like it's laid out in a way that like yeah, some of the stuff on it is actually real. I almost jumped down there. Some of the stuff on it's real, like some random tricks in the game, or uh, I think the L is real thing was on there, and stuff that people actually talk about. I'll get to Wet Dry World in a bit. I'll talk about that later. But some of the stuff is just straight up creepypasta stuff that was probably from an original creepypasta, but was all lumped together into one thing, and I like that. I like the personalization thing. I think the idea that a game is personalized to you. Well, that a game is like different for you and only you. I think that's a really cool idea for like a creepypasta or something. I don't think that's ever. I mean, it's probably done before, but like I can't remember the time I saw a story like that, or I guess a creepypasta like that, or a game like that that actually did change itself. But like the thing about that is that I like it because it's not entirely unrealistic. You know what I mean? Like the the Wario apparition. I mean that's just a ghost story. That's not really that. It's not really that scary because it's not really that believable. But the idea that this fight was pretty close right here. Ooh, oh boy. The idea that a game would be can be like personal to you. Like that's not that. It's not like it's not that unrealistic. I mean, I guess I guess in the way it's presented it is because it's a game from, 1996 on a cartridge. Like if it was a game that like let's just paint a scenario real quick. Let's say a game comes out like now and it's digital. So like you download the game. I mean, I guess there would be a way for like every copy of that game to, be different from each other, to be randomized. Although I mean, I guess with the whole aspect of the game personalizes itself to you, that probably, I don't know if that would be possible. Like a game that learns how you play it, and then you know, like changes its like it moves forward based on the way you play the first part of the game. I think that'd be interesting actually. If the real game was made that was like that, that kind of like became itself as you played it, that would actually be really fun to play. And because I'm not really, into game development. I don't really know if that would be if that's possible to do. Like it, like a game that would use like a real AI, because AI is a thing now. Google and I mean, yeah, I guess maybe it would be possible because Google already Google does something similar where they personalize what ads you see. So I mean, maybe there could be a game that, um, if you know, the way you played it dictated how or what happened in the game after. I'm probably sounding really, really stupid right now. I'm saying that, but like, I don't know. It's just an interesting thought, and yeah. So I like that part of the story. I also like what was the other one? I mean, I guess it does connect to the beta thing. The 1995 beta, whatever. I don't know. The idea that like there was an early version of the personalization thing that went wrong, and it all ties together with people thinking the game makes them feel weird. And I'll get back to that in a minute. But the idea that they were trying to go for that, and then it went wrong, and you know it made people, um, eh, you know, go insane. I know that's a creepypasta cliche in itself. Oh, viewing of this content causes the viewer to go insane. Yeah, I know. It's a Smile Dog did it. That Pokemon one did it. And I think Suicide Mouse. That was the other one. That was the other old creepypasta that did that. Man, that was like a long time ago. It was like the first creepypasta I ever knew existed. Was like Smile Dog. um, and it was out way longer before I knew about it. But yeah, but I think the way it was done with this was well. I think if it wasn't done in the Iceberg format, it wouldn't have been as well presented. I think that's part of it. Like, yeah, I would have come across this creepypasta, just by looking at, because I watched, I listened to creepypastas. I'm saying that with creepypastas. I'm saying that really strange. I, I listen to them. Like, I'll just put them on when I'm doing homework or uh, playing a game or something. Or I used to do when I was at school a lot. Like when I was in the computer lab, I just search creeps McPasta and just play whatever comes up. And I'd probably come across like that, and it'd be one of those ones where like, oh damn, this is a really good creepypasta. Um, yeah, I want to find more. It's kind of cool because the Mario 64 one, it's like a lot of different. You know what it is? It's a lot of different like kinds of stories, but it all kind of connects to one. The I guess the personalization thing, that's kind of the main one. But yeah, that I don't know, it's such a cool thing, and it got me interested in back into playing Nintendo games, or back into Mario games, I should say. Like I downloaded an emulator and started playing Mario 64, and I don't know, I like that game. I was born I guess I was born the year that the DS version came out, but I don't know, I still like that game, even though I mean it's old, but like the thing, I feel like the one reason though is why I still, kind of like the game, and I remember liking it a long time ago, is that a long time ago, like this is, maybe when I first, started getting into Nintendo games. I watched this like playthrough of Mario 64 DS, and it's like one of the first full playthroughs of a game I watched. I don't really know why, but I really liked it. And then I got the game. I was like 9, I think. I was like 8 or 9 or 10, and I got the game for my 3DS. And then I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. So then I learned about backwards long jumping and stuff, and I was like, oh, this is so cool, but I can only do this on the original game. So like, I got it on Wii Virtual Console, and I was like, okay, the backwards long jump is cool, but this game is cool too. I like the idea that when you're Mario, you can just run around, do whatever you want. You don't need to play 2D. Because I've always, I guess I used to be like really interested in like video game glitches and stuff a long time ago. So that's kind of got me into Mario 64, I guess. So it's kind of cool that a game that came out like 25 years ago, you know, I still find interesting. And also the ROM hacking community. I've just gotten into playing Star Road, and it's super difficult. It's a super difficult game, but like it's aside from some pretty unfair block placement, it's pretty well made. It's laid out in a way that an actual Nintendo game would be laid out. The dialogue and stuff is really well done. And that game is almost 10 years old, so for a 10-year-old ROM hack of a 25-year-old game, I'd say it's pretty good. I can forgive the. Sorry about. I got a text. I can forgive the bad controls. Yeah, the controls in that game are bad. But yeah, so I got into that game, and then I mean, at that point, I'd already played all the other 3D Mario games, I think. Oh yeah, because I was trying to play all the 3D Mario games, because I had gotten 3D World, then I'd gotten Galaxy, then 3D Land, I think, and then I had to get 64, and then Sunshine. I played 64, got Sunshine, never played it, because my Wii broke. And yeah, I got a new Wii recently, so that was almost a year ago, actually. I need to play Sunshine again, but yeah, I did I played through 64 again. I did a 16-star run. I didn't actually beat the whole thing because I'm bad. So yeah, but the one thing that stuck out about that game is that I don't know, it just kind of had a weird feeling to it. I mean, it's an old game, but like when I played other retro Mario games, they didn't have the same kind of vibe. Like you know Mario 3 and stuff. Those don't have the same kind of weird vibe that I get from Mario 64, and a lot of people also, like, a lot of my friends get that too. But yeah, that game, like, I think it might be part that there's like a ton of mysteries surrounding the game. Um, and it is a weird game. I mean, kind of yeah, it is kind of a weird game if you think about it. Like, I don't know, something about the game just feels like lonely in a way that the other 3D Marios don't really feel like that way. But that might just be because there are physically more things in the newer ones. But like, I guess if you just like look at a level, I don't know, that game just makes me feel weird. I think the way I describe it is the same feeling I guess the same feeling like a liminal space would give someone, or maybe like the backrooms, but like kind of that, but not really. Kind of. Like a lot of, yeah, I guess, because I see a lot of levels from that game in that community, or on that subreddit. And there's a lot of images I could find in that game that could easily put on that subreddit, and it might be, yeah, I think that's why, because I find both of those things interesting. The fact that Mario 64 has a weird vibe, and that like a picture of like I find it cool that a picture of a school hallway can, make you feel weird. You know what I mean? I don't know. Like a random picture of somewhere you've never seen can make you think of somewhere you have seen or think you have seen. Like, that's cool. I like that idea. like the liminal space thing. Um, all because of one random David Crypt video. Yeah, he made a bunch of those videos that got popular. And I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. So I checked out the subreddit and I was like, and then the Mario 64 thing started happening. I was like, oh, this is what I think about Mario 64. That's why it feels so weird because it's like this. This is what that's what Mario 64 is like. Yeah, that's how I describe the feeling that that game gives me. Also, like, I guess it is just weird and kind of random. Also, like, wet, dry world is okay. So the part of the I have to explain this first. Part of the iceberg says is like what dry world has a negative something some negative thing. Wet dry world's apparently supposed to make you feel negatively towards it. I mean, like when I've played Wet Dry World, it doesn't really, it doesn't really make me feel that way. I feel like I get a weird enough feeling from the whole game that like one level sticking out doesn't really change. I mean, doesn't really, or one level doesn't really stick out. But like, I will say, Wet Dry World, if you think about it, like it starts to make less and less sense, and I can really kind of understand the feeling people get from it. That I kind of get from like just like kind of thinking about it, but like playing the level itself is pretty weird. I feel like Wet Dry World is definitely the most backroomsy liminal space kind of level in the game. Uh, just because like I wanted to here's a quick thought experiment. Think of all the levels in Mario 64 aside from Wet Dry World. So Bob on Battlefield, Juan's Fortress, the clock. You can come up with a theme for all of them. You can think, oh yeah, okay, Bob on Battlefield is a field and a hill. Tall Mountain's a mountain. Cool Mountain's an icy mountain. Ooh. So Snowman's Land, Tick-Tock Clock. I don't think I need to explain what that is like. Rainbow Ride is, rainbow. Or it's, sky theme. Hazy Maze Cave is a cave. I don't think I need to go any further. All the levels aside from one have a set theme. You can tell where the level's located and what's supposed to be happening in a level. So what in the hell is going on in Wet Dry World? Like think about it. It's a box. Okay, just imagine the underground city doesn't exist. I actually think that is the least weird part of the level. Just take the main part of Wet Dry World, right? It's a box. Okay? So it's a box it's a concrete box with a platform and a little elevator thing, and I can't even describe it. It's just random textures and blocks combined with one of the weirdest skyboxes you'll ever see. Yeah, the skybox. Oh god. It looks like, because it's low res, it looks like, it reminds me of the kind of thing Gan Breeder would make, what's now called Art Breeder. Everyone wants to correct me when I say that, but when I heard about it, it was called Gan Breeder. That's what I know it as. But yeah, it reminds me of that actually. But because it has the water thing, it kind of reminds me of those like, I keep going back to liminal spaces. I'm sorry, but last thing, it reminds me of those like fake location ones that are like supposed to look like a dream. I don't know. Yeah, it looks like those weird fake ones. But yeah, just like, can you describe the setting of Wet Dry World? I mean, on top of that, like the completely random water things that go up and down, like it just feels so out of place in a game that already feels off. It feels off in a game that its whole thing is being off. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Or pretty weird, I guess. And then you have the underground city, which is like, I think it's less weird because at least you can derive a theme from it. So it's a city that's underground. Yeah, but yeah, the whole game kind of feels off to me, which is a good thing because I like that kind of feeling you get from weird things that are just kind of off. I feel like that's what's brought me back to that game a bunch of times. Every time a new mystery comes out, it's just, I don't know, the Mario 64 community is like pretty cool like that. and combined with the thing, with the personalization thing, oh man, it's my kind of thing. I love this kind of stuff that's like just barely weird enough to be creepy, but still somewhat realistic. I love this kind of stuff, man. Um, and I really wish I was around when the game was new, because I guess I kind of that would have ruined the vibe, because I would have the game wouldn't feel so out of place for me. I guess. I don't know, but I want to get to what I was going to talk about. So, this is completely unrelated, and I know I'm going from something I enjoy to something I absolutely hate, but I must talk about it because I want to know if anyone else has been experiencing this. Do any of you use Verizon? Have any of you been having connection problems? Like, I'm talking like there will be like days that I wake up, turn on my phone, and I don't really use my phone that much, so I'll turn on my phone if I want to, text someone or reply to a Reddit comment, because I only get notifications on phone. Don't ask why. That's a thing I like to do, and I just like to have notifications only on phone. And I notice, like, crap, I have no connection. It's so annoying. Like, I'm like, I can literally see a cell tower from my house. I mean, it's not really within walking distance. It's one of those big, like, TV towers that has, like, it has, I've looked at, it has cell tower stuff on it. You can, if at the bottom, it's a cell tower at the bottom, TV thing at the top. And also, it's not even like I live in the middle of nowhere, too. If that one was down, there's probably more in the area. Yeah, I know there's at least two, like, within 10 minutes of driving from my house. Also, I live near the city. Well, somewhat close to the city. I don't live in the middle of nowhere, is what I'm trying to say. I don't... I find it weird that I'm having problems, and it's not my phone. Don't say it's my phone. My family has the same problems. It's definitely Verizon, and we didn't run out of data because we have unlimited. I mean, it's definitely it's definitely a provider. And I went on Down Detector. I'm like, oh great, Verizon's down again. Oh joy. Nope, Down Detector says nothing's wrong. So it says there are problems yesterday, and the people reporting the issues aren't from where I am from. So it seems to not be reported upon. And this greatly annoys me because I have Wi-Fi off on my phone, because when I go outside, my Wi-Fi picks up, but it's weak, so I just turn Wi-Fi off on my phone. So I just don't have to deal with the stupid Wi-Fi. I can just have cellular. And it's just not working. And I'm very mad about this, because this is a regular occurrence at this point. This happens often. This is like once every month. I'm like, you guys, you're trying to get 5G off the ground. Like, don't do that until you can get 4G working. God damn, like, I remember this happened one time, I think in March, and then April. I think it happened twice in June, and then I think once in July, and then now. It's happened at least 4 times, including this time. Probably more. And it's like a whole day each time. I'm like, come on. Like, before this, by the way, before this, it was perfectly fine. This is the first time I've ever had problems with this, and I think I'm just kind of annoyed that technology seems to be moving backwards in this kind of way. Like, why is connection going down as technology evolves? Like, that's not how that works. It should be getting better. My God. And I'm not chalking this up to one outage, because no. One outage doesn't cause problems for 3 months. And if it did, there'd be a public statement. There'd be like, it'd be a big thing. I don't know why the footage is being glitchy, but it'd be a pretty big thing. It wouldn't be just something I'm complaining about. It'd be a known issue, and they'd probably say something about it. But no, the connection had just been god-awful for the past 3 months. Well, not, like, I mean, it hasn't been good. It hasn't been that good when it isn't failing. But yeah, right now, I'm gonna do it right now. I'm gonna go on my phone, turn off Wi-Fi. I'm going to go to Reddit, try to load Reddit. Still loading. All right. It loaded, but images won't load. So I don't. It's kind of annoying, that even when you get like unlimited data, you still run into problems. Even when you live near a cell tower, you still have problems. Like if this happened once, that'd be different. But like this just wasn't. This isn't a one-time thing. I mean, it's it's not. It just happened like 4 times in the last 3 months. Like, if anyone knows what's going on with Verizon, like, please tell me, because I just want answers. Like, I just want to know what's going on. If I can at least know that, I can understand how to complain to them, and what to complain to them about. So yeah, I'm very angry about this. I'm trying not to be too angry on camera because it doesn't really. I understand it's a me problem, but like, I'm done with not. I'm done with my bad phone connection. I've had bad luck with phones. Well, I mean, my first phone was pretty good actually. My iPhone 7 had a defective battery. Somehow I managed to keep that thing for 2 years. New phone is not really new anymore. I've had it for a year. My current phone is excellent, but the stupid connection is so bad that I can't really appreciate it to its full potential because of the bad connection. So yeah, if anyone has any answers about that, can tell me. And if you enjoyed, you know what? I'm not gonna say any of that because I'm gonna end the video here. You don't bother doing anything. Just if you have answers about the Verizon thing, I'd like to know. That's about it, guys. So, gonna let this clip end here because there's no point cutting it off if it's like 5 seconds long. And I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.